Good evening. Good evening to all my audience. Those of you who are watching the Robert Duvernay show. It's Monday, October 19th, 2020. Well, I'd like to say welcome to all of you. Those of you who have not logged in yet, this is a time to call a friend and advise them, hey, the Robert Duvernay show is live. It's time to get on and get with the program. Well, tonight we're going to have an excellent evening as usual. We we working with the folks here in South Florida. Let you know that hey, the early voting is well on the way, and we cannot ask for anything more. This is a time that we've been waiting for, and it's here. I'd like to say good evening to all my subscribers in the great state of Georgia. Georgia, we start our early voting today. I know Georgia started on the 12th, and we were waiting for our day. Our day has come in the state of Florida. It is Monday, the 19th. Well, tonight, what we have on the menu for you, as you know, breast cancer. This is at the Robert Duvernay show. This is something that we're passionate about. This is something that is dear to our heart, and we would not want to be silent during the month of October and not to pay tribute to so many brave women who have gone through cancer, who fought cancer, and at the end of the day, they were victorious. At the homages at Robert Duvernay show, we would like to say kudos to all you ladies out there, and I'm supporting you. Here we go. Here's my T-shirt here. I'm supporting the ladies. I'm in all pink here, and like we said at the top of the show a couple weeks ago, that we are sponsoring that movement, and I'd make it center of this broadcast tonight because we do not have very much time left. We only about 12 days out until the end of the month, which is just a few days. So we encourage you to tell your friends to subscribe to this channel. And at the end of the month, which is the 31st of this October, we will donate a check to the American Cancer Society on behalf of the Robert Duvernay show. Again, this money is not coming from me, but it's from the sponsors who feel the need, who share the same vision that we share. So if you could tell your friends and tell them to subscribe to this channel. I know a couple of people from Georgia have already done so, and then I have some goodies for you guys tonight. If before the end of the show, if I could have a couple of people sign up and then tell me who did you have, and then tell me the numbers, and I'll make sure that we have either a FedEx or DHL, UPS going out to you tomorrow with some goodies from the Robert Duvernay show in the form of T-shirts. We have all sizes from small, medium, large, extra large, and show your color, show your support, and then. When we come together as a unit, I believe great things would happen, and it is exactly what we intend to do. I will, before the end of this broadcast, I will definitely revisit this message that I just shared with you, and just to make sure that we're all on board, and we will go ahead. We have to take care of the in-house first. All right. Again, ladies, thank you for your great resilience, your support, and you never give up. And we at the Robert Duvernay show, we support you, and then we are the cheerleaders on the sideline cheering for you. All right, now we're gonna jump to a different topic here real quick, which has to do with politics. As you know, what I said on the top of the segment, that the early voting has started in the great state of Florida. As of 7 o'clock this morning until 7 o'clock this evening, the early voting has started. Again, those of you who may be wondering, where do I go ahead and vote? What do I need? Do I need my voter registration to vote? You don't need your voter registration. All you need is a driver license. Reason you only need a driver license during the early voting is that your driver license is linked through your voter registration. So once you go to the polling place, they would only swipe your driver license, and your information will immediately pops up, and then you'll be able to cast your ballot. Again, who you cast your ballot, it's totally up to you. But our job at Robert DuVernay Show is to educate our viewers and let them know what's at stake. And then, and if you're passionate about one of these candidates, issues that on the ballot, I think you should definitely go for it. A couple years ago, back in 2018, just a side note, we had Amendment 4 in the state of Florida, which was to restore the rights of the felons. You know, if you had a felony record, you were not eligible to vote. So it was put on the ballot in 2018. It was passed overwhelmingly by the great residents of the state of Florida. However, as you know, in politics and those in power, they always attempt to suppress the vote, either to manipulate the system or intimidate you. Although that amendment, which was Amendment 4, was overwhelmingly passed. I'm just reading a note here from one of the viewers here. That's a good one. I mean, I love you viewers, man. Your instinct, really, your off cuff is out of this world. You got me chuckle. Well, it's not my show, so I can endorse. Of course, by all means, it's your show. You are entitled to endorse anyone at this show, because this is an open platform. This is your show. Robert DuVernay Show is your show, just so you know, for the record. All right, so and the Amendment 4 did pass, and then, like I say, it was overwhelmingly voted in, and the felons, the rights were restored. However, the court came in and said, well, there were some in-house that need to be taken care of. Well, what they mean by that is that these felons who accumulated debt or the court, they wanted these to be cleared. Ladies and gentlemen, just for the record, as you know, most folks who are incarcerated, they, according to statistics, they have a very hard time to begin with. And these are the things that really puzzle me. I mean, these are guys who served their time, guys and gal who served their time, who paid their debt to society, yet they were denied the right to vote. Fortunately, we have some concerned citizens around the state and also around the country who've heard about the Amendment 4 and who believed in due process. And also, these guys, they went to the horrific, they paid their dues. They, you know, I'm not disputing the crime they did. I mean, if you did your crime, you have to do the time. So that's the bottom line. But then your rights, I believe, should be so, because you're coming back to society. How could you function? See, how could you function if you don't fully participate in the political system? I mean, these are guys who, in my honest opinion, who may have a change of life. The guys who were, I mean, you name it. Just think about it. The worst case scenario, you know. But one of these guys, there are certain heinous crime that I wouldn't let these guys come to my my football field or my church, not my church, but wherever I hang around by a football field, because the crime that they committed is so heinous. But there are people who somewhat come up with some type of a change of heart. Okay, I think these people need to come back to society and even run for public office. I mean, these are the guys who can tell young people and anybody who may have want to go down that path not to take this path, because they've been there, and then all it does is bringing detriment to the community and to the state and even to our entire nation. And I think these guys are well underway to serve the nation, and I don't think they should be have any hurdle in terms of fulfilling their civic duties. Well, the likes of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and of course former Mayor Bloomberg from New York, they have chipped in and to pay those debts to the court just so these guys can have their votes restored. Again, I think it's a great thing, and I think and we need to be involved when we hear things like that. We believe that the our founding fathers, when they under the Constitution, said all men are created equal, and I mean these guys they're not equal because they cannot participate in the political system. So this is what's at stake. Now, we based on I've done some research today. I was on the road. I was down South Miami-Dade, part of Kendall. The line, gee, is long. So it's either these people are in it for a long haul. According to the latest news, 28 million people have already casted the vote, which is back in 2016, we were looking at 6 million. We had 28 million people. So this is unprecedented. This is unheard of. We've never had so many people turn in to vote that early in the process, ever. So this is a historical moment. We just have to stay tuned, and then depending on your camp that you stay, you know, I know my colleague here from the great state of Georgia just endorsed a ticket here. But those of you who may endorse another ticket, I think you need to keep the enthusiasm in check. I mean, don't let up because it's two camps that are fighting for the White House, and then one wants to retain it, and one wants to go back in because he was previously in there. So I think we should not be complacent. As long as there's a lot of polls out there showing a particular party is doing so well in the poll. But again, we've learned our lesson in 2016. Those polls may not be as accurate. I mean, I still believe in the American people that they tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. If they went ahead and then say, well, these are the issues that I'm passionate about. This is the issue. 400%. She's killing me tonight, right? She's killing me. Well, so we have those poll. Sometimes they could be misleading, but the enthusiasm is there on both camp. And in my great state, I'd like to tell these politicians to stop clogging my street in the state of Florida. I mean, these two candidates have been spending a lot of time in the great state of Florida. I really appreciate that. I want them to pour some more dollars in here, you know, bring some more business, and not only lip service, but in reality to because our police force is doing a lot of work, and then they warn our officers here because they back and forth every week, sometimes twice a week. These candidates out here because Florida is a toss-up state, you know. Florida is a toss-up state, and it could go either way. It could go either way. The 29 electoral college, and these politicians are really working extremely hard to make sure that they can secure these 29 electoral college. All right. Okay. Now on a different note, we're gonna jump topic here, and I'm trying to give each segment at least 15 minutes because I'd like to everyone to partake in the conversation, and at the same time not bore you to death because at the Robert Duvernay show we have a large pool of topics that we know that's interesting that people can take advantage of, and then especially it's election time. My gear is up, and I'm sure those of you who are watching, is also up for the challenge. Okay, I'd like to talk to you right now about another topic, which is the stimulus. As you know, last week we the Senate after so many back and forth with the House and the White House, they could not reach an agreement in terms of how much they think is appropriate to give out another stimulus. I mean, just so you know, I'm not trying to scare you, but the deficit is is to the max. Okay, we no one is talking about it, and then always we are hurting, but no one is talking about it. The House of Representatives wanted to, Speaker Pelosi, by the way, wanted to have a package of 3 trillion from the get-go. Then again, that was changed because on the negotiation with the Treasury Secretary, Mr. Mnuchin, they were unable to cross each other, actually. So on back and forth, the White House, on the other hand, was looking for something north of 1.8, which the Secretary of Treasury, along with the Speaker Pelosi, reached. President Trump wanted to go a little higher because he's such a good man. He wanted to give everybody a check. Christmas is right on the corner, Thanksgiving is around the corner, because he believes that we are due another stimulus, which would be nice to a lot of people. I mean, you got to give credit to whom it's due. So that stimulus will serve well a lot of families who may be in need of some infusion, of cash infusion, really. So again, it was stalled. The Senate, which is led by the Republican, who are in control of the Senate, they believe that was dead on arrival. It was just 27 Republicans said, well, over my dead body. So it's not going to happen. So it go back. Now, Speaker Pelosi right now just gave an ultimatum for 48 hours that for a deal to reach. So we don't know where we stand, but one thing I know for certain, the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives, they have a tendency to work in the midnight hours. I guess they do that just so we, the citizens, are asleep, so we don't get a heart attack. Because if we see it happen around 2, 3 o'clock, there could be a lot of things. But when it happens overnight in the late hours, they tend to work better for some reason. We'd love to see what they're going to come out with. But at the end of the day, if something doesn't play out in the interest of the American people, I think we all lose. We all lose, and we're not losers here. And I hope that our representative and our senators if they are listening to this show, that they take this to heart. Americans are hurting. The coronavirus is still hurting a lot of families, a lot of cities, a lot of states. We've seen a spike in Wisconsin. We also see a spark in the grits of my state, Florida, and I'm sure it's very rampant these days. And if we could somehow minimize the effort of, if people don't have to go to work for some reason, if people could have the means to stay home, that would be great until the dust settles. So we encourage our elected officials to really take this to heart, that we do need that at all. So that's where we stand. So I believe I would encourage you to contact your congressman, your senators, send them an email. And I think we do our part by doing so. It's very important that we do that we contact our elected officials to do that. The early voting, again, the early voting starts today, and those of you who may be out of state, out of Florida, check with your early voting starts. I said that quite a lot to my family members, and not to put off their voting ability. They should do that and don't put it off for the next day because you never know. There could be something else pop up, and then the lines are long. And then the good thing about this one, if I could say it again, if you, let's say, if you were scheduled to cast your ballot in a nearby library or school, and when you walk there, the line is so long, you figured, well, if I maybe you have kids to pick up from school, we understand that. But guess what? You could always drive down the street or the next city or the next, because the beauty is you could vote anywhere within your county, okay? And then there are so many open poll places that are open. I think we should take advantage of that. And then you don't have to vote at that particular one that is near you. I know it will be much convenient because it's nearby. But in the event that that's not the case, that there's long lines, you could always try to do it at another location. Another thing, you still can request on that, a mail by a mail by vote by mail. It's not too late. The deadline to register to request voting by mail is until the 24th. Then again, I would not encourage anyone to wait that long to do it in case if you can. I know some of you have to work, and then it's really those of you who have kids, and those of you who teach, and I know you're teaching online, and then you have students to attend. It may be quite difficult for you to give 2 hours of your time or 3 hours. And since some lines in Georgia, I was looking at last week, especially in DeKalb County, I believe, we were in lines where people were in line for 5 hours. 5 hours. And in some places, it's even up to 8 hours. It's a day of work. So we understand the emphasis on this election. We understand that the stakes are high, but you, the American people, America needs you. America needs you. Can I repeat it again? America needs you. So I encourage you to do your very best to somehow manage, because the polls are open from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., 7 days a week. So there's the excuse. America, go vote. Your vote is your voice. I encourage you to do so. Okay, I have a quick note here from the great state of Georgia. It says some county has a wait line website. Very good. So you can check how long the wait is before getting there. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Izor, for this great information. Yeah, some counties does have a wait line period. I mean, you go in there, you do your homework. The good thing is people are posting. I mean, those of you on Facebook, on social media, and these are tools that are available at your disposal. The county is posting it. The county will tell you, well, the wait time here will be at least 30 minutes. Well, do you have 30 minutes? Then that can work. So I think you should do that. And I think thank you for sharing this. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let me see. Yeah. So again, do your very best, every effort to vote. And I could not emphasize it. Like this whole month, this whole show is about breast cancer and vote. I think those two really is perfect for October. And then we cannot emphasize this much. I mean, please, I'm here. Please, you have any questions? I have a phone number. See, my phone number is going through there. The show phone. Please, you can call. I mean, you can call your county. You can call your board of elections. I mean, the websites are available. So in other words, we have people at your disposal should the need arise. So we there to help. And then, and those of you who may wonder, well, I don't know who to vote. I think you should look at the issues, what matters to you most. And if you have some type of a dilemma between the two candidates, I mean, you should definitely voice your opinion. And somehow, some way, just look at the issues that matters to you most, okay? And which one of the candidates really uh, will somewhat defend you. Okay, I think this is what we vote. We vote just so we know that, hey, that individual really reflect my ideas. That individual is in line with me, with my core beliefs, with my core way of thinking. So I will definitely vote for this candidate now. Okay, very good. I just have a question here. Does any county in Florida has transportation for those without access to go vote? Unfortunately, at the county level, no. But we have groups. We have a lot of let's say clubs that are doing that. In other words, I'm gonna get that. Thank you very much. They can you can contact them. They will go and pick you up. But the county itself is not providing transportation. It may be a budget issue. It may be for some other undisclosed information. But I believe that we have tons of even some churches. I was looking at in some other states, I believe it was in Texas. They have which I love it. I love it. I was watching the news yesterday afternoon, and they have a soul to vote. It was great. It was great. Folks after church, they would bump it in a car, which I think is great. Think about it. You have a congregation who, let's say you have the elderly who may not have transportation. I think after church and can have a brunch, either before or after church, it'll be open on Sunday. So I think that'll be a great idea. I will definitely look into that. I will get back to you before this week. I will definitely be back this week again. You guys know I'm coming back this Thursday. I'm gonna circle this in my calendars. Thursday the 22nd. All right, I'm looking forward to this Thursday, and I will definitely get back to you on this one to do that. And how do we get our elder Haitian people to go vote? That's a good one. Well, I volunteer for this. I'm taking some time off from my business schedule over the next few days to do that. But then again, we're trying to reach a lot of folks via Facebook and also YouTube to create some type of a movement where people can access them. Like I have this phone number here. Please feel free to give up this number here to 305-707-4043 should they need any assistance in some issues, or if they need transportation, because I do have a lot of other people that I work with who I can coordinate that depending on where in the county they live, and the resources are limited, but again, if the will is there, then we can do it. And that's what we're doing here in the great state of Florida. We want to make sure that everyone has access to vote. Everyone. We don't want to leave any stone unturned, because everyone will go out there and vote. And like we said earlier, it does not matter who you vote for. There's too much at stake. If you're passionate about a candidate, if you're passionate about some issues, I think the best way you voice your opinion is to the ballot box. That's it. To the ballot box. That's the way that you voice your opinion. And then America counts on you. America is counting on you every day. Our kids are counting on us. Because remember, if you're not voting, okay, you know what? I'm going to present you another scenario. If you don't think these guys, these candidates, represent your values, well, how about you vote for your kids? Vote for someone who cannot vote. Vote for someone in the nursing home. Vote for someone for someone unknown reason, unable to vote. Better yet, vote for your kids. Vote for the future generation. There's a great French philosopher I admire a great deal, Faucel de Coulanges. Il a dit que là où l'homme a passé, il doit laisser des vestiges de sa vie et de son intelligence à sa postérité. Alors, nous avons un devoir à faire ce soir. We have a job to do. We have a job to We have to leave a legacy because this is a unique opportunity that we exercise that vote. It's key. It's key. It's key. Okay. Well, it matters. Yeah. It matters. Yeah. We need DACA. Vote for all immigrants. You're right. You're right, my sister. We need DACA. Deferred action for childhood arrival. Yes. These are the future of America. The future is bright, regardless how the politicians may want to paint a picture of America as dark. America is still bright. We are the beacon of hope for the entire world. Folks around the world look to America. That's the reason why when America sneezes, everyone catches a cold, because we all aspire to be Americans. So what we do matters, not just what we do on the screen, because we have the best doctors, the best movie stars, the best politicians. So the best in everything. So we need to do better, and I believe that we can do a whole lot better. We can do a whole lot better. So I encourage you to really take this to heart and take the time to, like Dr. Izor mentioned earlier, to vote for someone. I mean, if you could help someone with their good one. Oh my God, Dr. Hazel tonight is she's the best one tonight here. I mean, she's helping me in the show. She's making the show flow so easy tonight. I'm having a good time here. Thank you, Dr. Hazel, for your participation here. And again, it's very important that we vote. I cannot emphasize this any further. I mean, you think about what so many of us went through. It may not be my generation, but the generation prior, 2 generations prior, what they went through. Some of them lost their lives. Some of them never get to see this day. I think it's a really disadvantage that if we were to sit back and say, you know, I'm not gonna take any part in this electoral system. These guys, they're a bunch of losers, or they only after their own. They're not looking out for me. I mean, just by doing that, you're doing a disservice to those who fought many years ago. Those didn't get a chance to vote. See, so when you vote, you accomplish a great task. Again, like I said, America is counting on you. America is depending on you. America needs you. That's what I want to tell you tonight. Okay. So if another thing I'd like to point out, there are a lot of things that we take for granted, particularly those of us who live in a country like America. We have the right to vote. We have the right to education. Education is free up to a bachelor degree. So in other words, if you want to go to school from kindergarten all the way to a 2-year college, even a 4-year college, guess what? It's there. They make it available to you. Now, if you're passionate, again, think about it, about something. If you're passionate about immigration, now look at someone who's in line with immigration. If you're passionate about business, who's gonna fight for you? Small businesses. Who more likely to give out loans, or to have a level playing field where everyone can apply for a loan and then bring it back to your community and create jobs. The engine of America is small businesses. So who we elect, who we put in offices, really have an effect, some kind of effect on our business decisions. So I encourage you tonight to, if you did not vote today, if you didn't get a chance to make it a priority, just make a date. That means, you know what, the best thing you can do, grab a book and then make the line. And those of you who have been trying to read a book for so long and never had the time, so you're gonna have 3 to 4 hours. And then these 4 hours, really, it's a win-win situation. Not only you casting your ballot, you get a chance to read a book. And on top of it, here's the gravy now. You're gonna meet people on the line. The people you would have never meet, because we're coming from all different walks of lives. Think about the connection that you can make there. I always see the very best. In fact, I'm very optimistic. I always see the very best in every situation, regardless of the circumstances. I was trying to learn something. And because when we share ideas, when we share our values, especially with others, I think Dr. Esso said we should grab Dr. DuVernay's book. That's a good book, yeah. Forever Engaged. I think it would be a great book to read while you're in line. It's because you are engaged. Yeah, that's right. That engagement is, in other words, you're engaged to vote. You're engaged to not just take a sit back, but to actually participate in the whole system. I think that's a brilliant point, Dr. Izor. That's worth your 20 points for bringing this up. Okay, so it's important that when we go out there, just think about it. What you're getting. It's not going to be time wasted. No, of course not. You're going to cast a ballot, and you know what? Take a friend with you. You know, it's been suggested that who's going to helping the elderly? Maybe you have a neighbor down the street. Hey neighbor, how are you? Yeah, I was wondering if you care to ride with me. I'm heading down to the ballot box here. I'm gonna cast my ballot. I was wondering if you would like to tag along. If you already voted, I'll be more than happy. We can spend some time together and then get to know each other. Think about it. Great things could happen. Great things. There's a saying that says, when people talk, great things happen. So we need to start talking to each other. Let's talk, America. Talk to me. See, that's a platform that we created at the Robert DuVernay Show. We have a platform whereas, you see, I tend to interact with my audience. I got a few suggestions here, some questions, and I think we're talking. We're talking. You know, and I think it's important because we get to know what matters, and then how we can make things better. And then at the end of the day, we're not having a fight. We just laying out let's say we laying out the points. All right. Now, the best one will prevail at the end of the day, and then we can learn from each other. You know, that's what I wanted to emphasize tonight, that we go out there and vote. Vote, vote, and vote. Okay? It's already 8:40. We have 20 minutes left within the segment. I'd like to touch real quick, if you don't have any questions on this topic here, I'm going to switch topic in just a few seconds. So again, just a quick little announcement again. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please call your friends. Tell them the Robert DuVernay Show live is on. If it's Monday, 8 p.m., 2000 hours, the Robert DuVernay Show is on. So call your friends. Tell them that we have some T-shirts. I'm going to call my producer to bring me some T-shirts. I'm going to show you some T-shirts that we made for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's very important. My producer will be bringing me some T-shirts within the next minute here, and I'd love to send out some T-shirts to some of my viewers who are supporting this movement. Again, call your friends and then tell them to log in. And I would love to mail those to you. Those of you who feel like it's important that we support this breast cancer awareness movement. Again, it's very important. Will definitely would love to send out some T-shirts to some of my viewers, my loyal viewers, whoever that may be, and to support this cause. Again, I could not emphasize it much more that women have made great stride in the American politics, and especially those who fought uh, who battled cancer, and the end prevailed. And I'm the man today because of a woman. Kudos to a woman, to my mom, my wife, my daughters. These are the people who inspire me. So this is the least I could do to show them that appreciation and support. Again, I'd like to take this moment to show you that my producer just bring me some t-shirts here. There you go. There you are. See, the Robert Duvernay Show. Okay, breast cancer awareness. Okay, this could be yours. All right, just send a text to 305-707-4043, and then we'll be more than happy to go ahead and send one out to you. Again, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then again, these women, they've been my rock, and I think, what would the world be without women, huh? Think about it for a second. I'm sure all the women in there are excited. Yeah, I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking of cuff. I'm telling the truth. The world would be a mess without women. So we not only we celebrate women during the month of May, but today I'm celebrating women for their bravery, for their courage, and I dedicate this whole month to them. And I want you to participate in that big check that we're going to send out to the breast cancer the American Breast Cancer Association at the end of the month. But again, it's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. If you would love to participate, all you have to do just tell your friends to subscribe to this channel. Okay, and then at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you a screenshot of how many viewers that we have, how many members, subscribers that we have, and the show will write a check on behalf, because and then they know it's at my funds, because if I top 20,000 for this month, the show's not gonna be my funds. It's gonna be your funds, because somehow you contributing. The fact that you subscribe, that's exactly what you're doing. You contribute. So if you're one of the subscribers here, guess what? You giving your part. If your family members participate, become a subscriber, you're doing your part. So big or small, all you have to do is just sign up, and then we will be giving that on behalf of the viewers of the Robert Duvernay Show every Monday night. Again, I'd like to give a kudos. I see my brother here, Eve Marcellus. Said, which breast cancer organization will the funds go to? That's an intelligent question, sir. It's the American Cancer Association, which that's where we'll go to. And we have the producer here will definitely give me some takes. But then again, it will definitely go to the American Breast Cancer Association. Yep, American Breast Cancer Association, ACA, huh? American Cancer Association. It's not the Affordable Care Act, but American Cancer Association. All right, I just thought of the acronyms. You see, great things happen. Okay, so any other questions? I said to my brother here, and then thank you, my brother. Thank you for logging in this evening. Please tell your friends, tell your colleagues. And I have some shirts, some T-shirts here again. See, tell me if you like the designs. See, the Robert Duvernay Show, and then you could see underneath that it says Breast Cancer Awareness. See, that's what we're doing here. We're bringing some light. We're bringing some explanation, some knowledge when it comes to breast cancer, which I think it's very important that we share these things. And sometimes we may have a member of our family who's going through that one, a friend, a co-worker, a member of our church. And when these things do happen, it really hit home. it hit home. And I hate seeing people who suffering, and it's a tough thing. But when again, if we could bring some kind of support, some kind of funding into the research to eradicate breast cancer, this will be the day. So, small or big, whatever you do means a lot, and someone will benefit from it on the other end. So, I encourage you tonight to take this to heart. When you see someone out there who's fighting cancer, tell them you understand what they're going through, and if you can show support, open the door to them and offer your help. It's great. This is what we do as Americans. We have each other. That's a beauty. That's our strength when we help one another. Oh, that's our strength. Again, I cannot say it any louder. This is our strength. We share a common bond. We bled the same blood. It's very important. Thank you so much, my dear. So yeah, it is indeed. That's what we're here for. We're here to really bring things to life. I mean, bring things to the platform. I mean, things that we may have ignore, things we don't take, things that we take for granted every so often. These are things that we're passionate about here at Robert DuVernay Show, and we're doing our very best. Okay, I just have a question here from Dr. DuVernay. Which one of the two leaders embraced women's issues? That's a good question. When it comes to women issues, I mean, this voter here probably have some. That's a very intelligent question here. Of the two candidates, one who really support women issues, I would say, is Joe Biden, the nominee for the Democratic Party. He he's a man who went through a lot. He lost his wife at an early age, 29 years old. With his wife was in a car wreck with two kids, so he lost three family members. And then he always fighting for the small guy. And he's a man who, and again, he chose a woman as his VP, and he wants to increase the pay rate for women who do as equally work as men. And he has a lot of plan in his back packet for women. So I believe if it were to come to, and he's doing very well with the women. So far he's doing very well with the suburban women, and he's at 27 points when it comes to women with versus President Trump. So I think the women feel like they have a fighter in Joe Biden, and then I'm sure Joe Biden, if he were to get elected, most likely he would pour a lot of funding into breast cancer, as and also women issues, things daycare. I mean, those of you women, there's a lot of intelligent women out there, but they have so much strength in them. They're working and they're taking care of the kids. But he knows that the women need to have time. In other words, he will create funding for childcare, where you can drop your kids to work. I mean, you can drop the kids to daycare, correction, and also you can go to work. Because I mean, when we have women on the workforce, great things happen. They are brilliant, they're assertive, and then there's a saying in Washington. If Actually, I have to give credit to Speaker Pelosi back in 2010 when they passed the healthcare, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. She once said, if you want anything done in Washington, get a woman. So women, I don't know if it's true or not, but you can tell me if you want anything gets done in Washington, get a woman. So they couldn't pass healthcare for many years, many centuries. I mean, but finally, with when Speaker Pelosi assumed the speakership in the House, they were able to pass healthcare. So I think Joe Biden knows the importance of a woman. That's the reason why he chose Senator Harris to be his running mate. All right, I hope I answered your question. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Yes, that's a good point. Okay. Okay, perfect. I have another question here. It says, yeah, that's a statement. Yeah, his wife, yes, of course, his wife is an educator. She's a professor, correct? And a lot of women is in transition group. Yeah, definitely. So then again, this is I believe that's Dr. Azor who actually just endorsed the Biden ticket at 400%. I'm sure she just made a statement here that Mr. Biden, wife, is an educator, and then that means that he has those of you who are in teaching, those of you who are working moms, Joe Biden has your back. Joe Biden has your back. Okay, good. I have a question here. How has Joe Biden expressed his views on affirmative actions? Well, affirmative action, that's something that's been centered around the Joe Biden campaign. He believes in equal treatment. He believes in fairness, regardless of if he said if you work hard enough, you do. I mean, you can raise to the top. So he believes in an open field and also a level playing field where everybody could participate, and then the best will prevail. I mean, he would definitely create some kind of a platform where African American, Hispanics, those who have been disenfranchised on a host of issues to to participate in a level playing field, whereas minorities who otherwise would not be benefited from some programs would definitely has a say so, and at the same time exercise their skills, and then he's all about Joe Biden is colorblind. He's colorblind. Again, he's human. He will try to do everything he could in his power, but then again, at the end of the day, he's very fair. He's the type who will listen to you, and then he believes in fairness. So if you have a shot at Joe Biden, definitely he will work for you, regardless of your background, of your race. But again, he loves everyone. That's why they call him Uncle Joe. Imagine you have Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe will be there for everybody. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this. He has a $500 billion plan for people of color. $500 billion. That's something you can tap into, Stacy. If you want to, you can go on the website and you can read the plan. In other words, like I said earlier, it's a pool that's available to everybody. But then again, he's creating a fund of $500 billion for people of color. I think definitely that's a good start. That's a good start. Okay, and then he was here in Little Haiti last week. Last week he was here, and then he wants to see an open, because Joe Biden believes that when Americans do well, I said Americans, everybody, guess what? The country does well. Uh, on a different note, if a group of people been disenfranchised, been left behind, that really hamper the system, because we want to pull everybody. That's what he's doing. In other words, he's not pick and choose. Do I give this to? No. Well, if there's a group of people who've been disenfranchised, who have been neglected, or the system has not been fair to them, so he wants to create a level playing field where everybody can partake, and then advance the system. Because at the end of the day, when a group of people do well and the other group does not do well, we have an imbalance. It's important that we all do well, and then the way we do well is that we have to create a level playing field for everyone. Okay, So it's very important. It's very important that we keep that. And then we again, those are issues that we that's on the ballot. Is Joe Biden got my back? If Mr. Trump has my back, so that question, I think I think you'll be in a better position to answer that. The viewers, because you guys are intelligent people, and we again at the Robert Verney Show, we lay out the facts, but at the end of the day, you make the ultimate decision. And this is our plan. This is our goal to share things that's happening, things that is important to both communities, communities of color, minority communities. Everyone. So I believe that when we all do well, America does well. Whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, Americans, we all do well because we one nation, one people. So this is what we need in a president, someone who can unite us, not divide us. And that's what I plan to see over the next that's about we're 19, about the next 14 days. Okay, so we don't have much time left. Okay, until this very day. So just to recap, we're about to wrap up the show. Just so you know, I encourage you to again sign up to the Robert DuVernay Show on and tell a friend, and then Dr. Izzo's killing me tonight. She said, "Donation qui est à César. Trump pays no taxes." That's very clever. Thank you so much for sharing. That's a nice way. That's a nice way to end the show, man. Yeah, with a laughter. We thank you for your enthusiasm tonight. Well, tonight, if I'm going to give out a T-shirt, I'm going to send it to Dr. Azor here, and she deserves one. She's the viewer of the evening. The viewer of the evening. She won the ultimate prize for tonight. She has the most questions. She was very active during the discussion, and we love her insight. And she's really a good one to have on show every so often. And all of you are amazing. And we look forward to your discussion. We look forward to your questions. And stay tuned for much more. I'll be back. Those of you watching right now, I will be back here Thursday night after the debate. I'm sure it's going to be a great debate. That's going to be the last one, the last debate of 2020, the last debate before the election. So this is a debate for you not to miss. Also, do not miss this show on that Thursday night, because I will be back here to give you my point of view and also things that stand out and things that we need to take notice of. And then stay tuned. And we are happy to have you here every Monday night. Again, we're going to be here with you as well during the night of the election all week. And then we're going to be there if the Robert Verney Show has to be turned on every day for you, we will be here. But I encourage you to stay on topic, encourage someone to vote. If someone needs an assistance, please help out. And it's not too late to vote, either by mail. And that's what I mean. You can request your mailing ballot, and you have until the 24th. Once you order it, you can order it online. The Board of Elections has 48 hours to make that available to you, and it's important that you do that. Also, the polling places are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Please exercise that, make good use of it, and then stay tuned. Until next time, thank you for watching the